we're going to talk about living beyond fear. Living beyond fear. And we're going to talk about this. I'm getting a lot of information, so you're going to have to bear with me today because I'm going to stall a little bit here. I mean, do some of this stuff that you haven't seen me do for a while. All right. Okay. So this is the paradigm that we're shifting into. You know, we always talk about the 10 years. This is the second year of the 10-year cycle that's going on here. And the new paradigm is moving into this love. Love of self. Love of your divine self. I don't know if any of you guys have been being with this concept, but have you been tapping into this sense of comfort with your own divinity? Have you been doing that? Somewhat's the answer. That's the correct answer. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. As we continue on with this conversation, because I'm going to have to get to some Achilles heels points for all of you. I'm not, you know, everybody thinks I'm talking about them, and today I will say yes, I am. Well, I normally say I'm not. I'm normally saying I'm not, but I'm talking about all of us. All of us. No doubt. So I'm going to really have you sit in this. I'm moving from judgment to observation. So when we talk about this, if you think I'm saying you've made your bed and it's critical and judgmental, you will be completely misunderstanding what I'm offering to you. If you're going to move from fear into your powerfulness, we're going to have to sit with some beliefs that you keep holding on to that are not a part of your soulful energy. So it's going to get a little around here, okay? Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Okay, good. All right, so this is the new paradigm we're moving into, and the truth is that we, I will include myself, have all betrayed our powerfulness. We have betrayed our intuition, and we have betrayed who it is that we came here to be. You came here to play the game of mastering your competency in being powerful. So you have played around in powerlessness. That's how we build mastery with this stuff. How do we build mastery? We have to experience circumstances so that the circumstances no longer impact our state. Do not take my message today like once you hear this information for the next repetitive, you know, this is a repeat of what we've talked about, so now you should leave and get this thing perfect. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is you've heard this enough. You've heard this enough, which is, I'm going to say it, you are God, you are the divine, you are much more powerful than you've been trained to believe you have with everything. And here's the thing, guys, that's why this week was so shitty for most of you, because you are now in the force between knowing the soul's truth and being with that trained self of getting all analytical about stuff and getting all circumstantially focused. And I'm not going to lie to you. It gets worse when you do that. It gets more painful. It gets more uncomfortable. It gets more turbulent. Now, the cycle of that repeats quicker. It goes boom, 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 boom. It used to be like this, and you'd be like, eh. And now it's really going to take, now we're in the big ride at Great America. You want to turn down the heat, please, to like 72? Thanks. Appreciate it. So now it's really going to get turbulent here. Here's what I have to invite you guys to do. When it gets really turbulent, I want you to sit in it. Sit in it. One of the things is that when the circumstance flies in your face, now you have to sit in the dis-ease of it and allow the circumstance to be the resource for you to feel the discomfort, the dis-ease, so that you can say, okay, I surrender not to defeat, but I surrender to my powerfulness. And you do not gain mastery by trying to manage the circumstance. And how we manage circumstances is we go back to the analytical mind and we try and figure out in that constricted consciousness, what are our options? There are options in the constricted conscious mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying it's wrong. But what I'm saying is in the unconscious, in the subconscious, in that higher level of consciousness, you can start asking questions in a bit. There's so much more information, but you have to be with the pain in order to get the information. That's just the way it goes now. Fun fact. I love doing that to you. You always play along. You're like, what is it? I like fun fact. And it's going to be PH for physics. Everything on my
Use
phone.
little animations for the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fun fact. So fun fact is in the conscious mind, we can receive 5 to 7 bits of information in a second. That's why phone numbers are like 7 digits, right? And then we can kind of remember it. How many bits of information do you think are in the unconscious mind? So it's 5 to 7 in the conscious mind. What's your guess for the unconscious? In a second.
A lot more.
I'm going to go 1,000x. 5,000.
10 million.
It's more than
10 million. Which means if we were to do like a circumference, the bits, the 5 to 7 bits of information in the conscious mind would be about like this. In the unconscious mind, it's 11 miles. So if you're trying to figure something out with the conscious mind, that ain't wrong, it ain't bad, but it's pretty restricted. So that's why I keep pushing the meditation. That's why I keep pushing all of these processes for you to do now on a daily basis. If you're not doing it on a daily basis, sorry, I'm going to be a broken record. It's not bad, it's not wrong, but I don't know what to tell you. You got to make a daily practice out of this now. Because even if it doesn't make sense straight away, I'm watching you guys. I'm listening to you guys. Things are starting to shift. And because it's happening in it seems like such a subtle way, but things that used to capture your attention circumstantially are not getting you the way they used to.